Hi, I'm Kurtis Schultz, President of the Southern District of the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod. I'm out amongst some of the largest oaks that you'll ever see. They've stood the test of time. There's a storm brewing too, you may hear it, and you know it's coming. And you wonder whether they'll be able to withstand the storm. They're much like the city of New Orleans. People believe that because they've been here for such a long time that nothing could ever destroy them. Beautiful, strong oak trees, just like this one, used to line all of Highway 90 along the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. All of that changed. We were visited by Hurricane Katrina, a storm of biblical destruction, destroying over 87,000 square miles of God's beautiful creation. And people wondered whether we would ever see things back to normal again. Will ever be able to enjoy the beauty of God's creation. After these trees were destroyed, instead of cutting them down, someone decided to take those stumps and to make them a memorial and a reminder to us of just exactly what God can do in restoration. And so they carved them into beautiful sculptures just like this. And if you come and visit now the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you'll see these. You'll see them up and down in every location where there once stood a devastated oak tree. These are reminders of just exactly what God can do as He continues to recreate all of that around us. He does it through volunteers. We have been privileged to host over 30,000 volunteers along the Gulf Coast. And we thank you for all of that participation in this time and all the gifts that you have offered to us. Life is beginning to return back to normal on the entire Gulf Coast, from Mississippi, Alabama, and even in the New Orleans area. It's all happening because restoration is continuing, because of what you have contributed to our need. I am bold enough to ask you now to continue this part of this restoration. I invite you to pray with us. Continue to pray that we would receive the strength and the resources necessary to understand that God has provided all that we need for this restoration. I also invite you to keep the story alive by telling others what you have seen and experienced and that there is still need. I ask you to encourage volunteers to come and join us and experience the joys that we've experienced working side by side and all of the resources God has given to us. And finally, I am bold enough to ask you to continue to send your financial gifts to us as well, that we might continue the work of restoration. Because, as you can see, there is still a great deal of work left to be done.